Hello, dear fellow maths. This is Reema Singh, your English teacher, and I welcome you all in my today's video in which we will revise class 9's poem The Road Not Taken, composed by Robert Frost. So let's start. Robert Frost is a well-known name of English poetry. He was born on 26 March 1874 in San Francisco. Frost spent most of his adult life in rural England. He attended Dartmouth and Harvard but never earned a degree, and as a young man with a growing family, he attempted to write poetry while working on a farm or teaching in a school. The early days of Frost's lives were very struggling. American editors rejected his submitted poems. With considerable pluck, Frost moved with his family to England in 1912, and the following year, a London publisher brought out his first book. After publishing the second book, Frost returned to America, determined to win a reputation in his own country, which he gradually achieved. He became one of the country's best-loved poets. Unlike his contemporaries, Frost chose not to experiment with new verse forms but to employ traditional patterns, or, as he said, he chose the old-fashioned way to be new. Despite the surface cheerfulness and descriptive accuracy of his poems, he often presents a dark, sober vision of life. The poem that we are going to discuss today is a reflection of his personal life and struggles. The Road Not Taken is a poem about making choices in life. Sometimes we all go through a situation when we have two options and we have to choose one. The choices we make have far-reaching consequences. In this poem, Robert Frost has compared the choices of life with different roads, and it goes like this. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Once the poet was going through a yellow wood. Now what is yellow wood? Yellow wood means autumnal wood, the wood in the season of autumn when all the leaves turned yellow. The poet reached at a point where the road was diverged into two different directions. The poet felt sad as he was not able to travel on both the roads at the same time. So in order to take the correct road, he started observing both the roads one by one. He looked as far as he could. But after a point, his vision was barred because of the dense growth of plants and bushes. Then took the other just as fair and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had warned him really about the same. After observing the first road carefully, the poet started observing the second road and found it was as beautiful as the first one was, and perhaps it was having the better claim to be travelled by someone. The poet thought so because the second road was more grassy and wanted wear. Now the words grassy and wanted wear, they are used in a symbolic way. Grassy means full of difficulties and wanted wear means wanted to be taken by someone. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. But after covering a little distance, the poet realized that he was wrong. The second road was as much travelled as the first one was. And both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. Now, the poet recollects the time of the morning when he had reached to the fork. That time he had noticed that both the roads were covered with dry leaves, and by that time no had crushed those leaves. He thought he would travel on the first road some other day, but he was having a doubt also whether in future he would get a chance to come back or not. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Finally, the poet decided to stick with his decision. He kept all his dilemma and confusion in aside and was ready to accept all consequences. He knew that his life was going to change. The changes may be positive and they may be negative, but whatever the changes would be, he would accept them. If the changes will be positive, he will be sharing his story with a sigh of relief. But if the changes would be negative, he will be sharing his story with a sigh of regret. Now, let me give you a short summary of this poem that will help you to understand how it relates with Robert Frost's life. Once, the poet was going through a yellow wood. He reached at a point where the road was diverged into two different directions. He was feeling sorry that he could not travel on both the roads. We can relate this situation with the period of his life when he had decided to leave America and to move to England. As he had observed both the roads carefully, he considered both the options carefully and decided to become a poet. When he was observing the roads, he realized that the second road had the better claim to be travelled by someone because it was grassy and not worn down. In the same way, the decision of being a poet was quite risky, and the poet thought that the risk required to be taken by someone. While moving on the road, he realized that he was not the first one who has taken such difficult path. He thought he would travel on the first road some other day. This shows the ardent desire of the poet of getting name and fame in his own country. As he was not sure he would get a chance again to travel on the first road, he was not sure he would return to America or not. At the end of this poem, the poet has said that though he was not sure about the results of taking difficult path, but he was sure that this decision was going to change his life, and it may be possible that in future he would be telling this with a shy that the decision of taking the difficult path made all the difference in his life. Dear students, I hope this video of mine will help you to understand this poem in an easier way. Dear children, as your exams are approaching, here you have some tips to frame your answers according to the word limit. You can see I have mentioned the word limit and the mark in front of each question. The first question is, what does the phrase grassy symbolize? And the answer is, the symbolic meaning of the word grassy is full of difficulties. Now you can see such questions demand to the point answer. There is no need to exaggerate your answer unnecessarily. Now come to the question number 2. Why does the poet feel sorry? And this question carries 2 marks. Let's read the answer. The poet is greatly impressed with the beauty of both the roads. He wants to travel on both of them, but it is not possible to travel 2 roads at the same time, so he has to select one. That's why he feels sorry. Now you can see the answer that I have written for this question is to the point, plus I have given a reason to support my answer. Let's discuss question number 3, which carries 3 marks. At first, the poet feels the second road is less travelled, but later he finds it as much travelled as the first one is. Why? By thinking so, the poet actually presents the human psychology. Whenever in life we take a risk, we often think that we are the only one who has the courage to take risks. But while moving ahead in life, we realize that we are not the only one. There are people before us who have taken risks and have created history. In such questions, you need to present your personal point of view. Your answer must be a reflection of your understanding. Now note down some questions for practice and try to write their answers according to the word limit. Question number 1. What do you understand by the phrase yellow wood? 1 mark. Question number 2. What does the poet do to take correct decisions? 2 marks. And question number 3. Why did the poet say that he would be sharing his story with a shy? 3 marks. Dear children, if you find this video helpful, like, share and subscribe. I'll be back very soon with another video. Till then, do take very good care of yourself. Goodbye.